I have been called many names over my lifetime, but my favorite, the one that feels right, is Shade. I am a wanderer of narrow alleys, a connoisseur of forgotten tavern meals, and a sucker for chin scratches. For those of you who have not guessed yet, I am a cat, and not just any cat, I might add. I am the cat of legend. You see, quests, heroic deeds, journeys of fate, whatever you want to call them, often march loudly across the land, rattling armor and egos in equal measure. I try my best to stay as far away from that as I can until fate decided it had other plans for me. You see, adventure has a habit of sweeping through even the most peaceful corners. This is the account of such a tale, not told by the heroes who lived it, but by the cat who observed it. The tale I speak of begins where any other heroic tale of adventure begins, a tavern. The Crescent Moon Inn sat at the crossroads of two well-traveled trade routes, smelling perpetually of roasting meat, spilled ale, and the sounds of wannabe heroes boasting about their latest deeds. Humans came and went like migrating birds, while I merely existed. The tavern stood on the edge of Thetford, a small town that was only known for one thing: adventure. Humans hear that word and feel one of two things: nervous or excited. I, however, have heard the same stories so many times I can't believe anyone believes them anymore. A new batch of adventurers graduate from Fort Steele a few miles south. They come, drink at the inn for a few days, and brag how amazing they are. Then, within a week, everyone forgets their name, and it is like they never existed. But on one late afternoon, as the sun dipped behind the hills, 4 figures approached the inn with the weight of purpose clinging to them like wet fur. The warrior walked ahead, boots striking the earth with confidence bordering on argument. His armor bore a constellation of dents, and his sword hilt was wrapped in worn leather, shaped by 1,000 grips. He radiated the kind of presence that made humans step aside instinctively. Behind him drifted the mage. Her pale blue robes swayed with the breeze, illuminated by stray sparks of arcane static. Books and scrolls tugged at her belt, their corners frayed and desperate for rest. The bowman moved like a shadow between shadows, light-footed, shoulders relaxed, eyes darting everywhere. He saw danger in every rustle of leaves, every poorly placed chair, possibly even in the wind itself. Last came the healer, the youngest by far. She clung to her satchel with trembling fingers. Dried herbs poked from the seams, and faint rings beneath her eyes spoke of many sleepless nights. I blinked from beneath a supply wagon as they walked past without noticing. Humans rarely know when they are being observed. Inside the inn was a tavern well used by adventurers. Once inside, the heat of the kitchen and noise of drunk humans clashed like rival tomcats. Tankards clanged, travelers argued, and somewhere in the kitchen a cook shouted about someone stealing the fish heads, while I licked my lips at the memory of eating them. The 4 heroes entered the tavern. Their silence spoke louder than words. They did not boast or brag, which made them unusual in a place like this. Most adventurers announce their greatness within 5 minutes of arrival. I wove through legs and bar stools toward my favorite place after a long day of hunting, a stone by the hearth that is just far enough not to singe my fur, but close enough to tar my paws. A few circles to make sure everything is in order, and I plop down to listen to the humans tell their stories before I nap. They were the usual stories of what the humans thought was bravery and strength. I'm sure you know the tales. I fought this, I beat that. Oh yeah, well, I killed 3 of those with my bare hands. But faded into the usual noise was a tale that was yet to be written, a tale that would come to be known far and wide, but at this very moment was nothing but a hope being shared among friends. The group of heroes I mentioned, who would be heroes some day, huddled together not far from me as they spoke of an item impossible to find, but if they did, it would solve their problems. I yawned and stretched as I have heard this all before, until 2 words made even my ears perk up: Ember Crown. Leave it to the barkeep, of course, who happened to be cleaning a table next to them to loosen the lid on their story. "Thereafter the Ember Crown," he said, to a crowd who had not asked, "a relic forged in the fires beneath old Wormspire, power enough to command flame itself." Gasps erupted as the entire tavern went silent. The warrior grunted, the mage exhaled slowly, the archer traced circles on his mug, while the healer looked down as if the wooden table offered her comfort. Humans filled the silence with speculation and rumor, as they always do. I simply listened, curled by the hearth, paws now warm and tucked beneath me. I had the distinct sense that the story unfurling that night would grow far beyond the barkeep's imagination. Thank you for listening to the first chapter of my story. Please like and subscribe for more chapters.